What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and I do have a new song out recently called Just Kids, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I'm jumping in for a quick video here to cover some of your comments. I have not seen any of these beforehand, so we're going to do it kind of live here on the spot, but let's go ahead and dive in. So vlogging, gaming, and coding says, I began playing in the middle of 2023. And this was in response to my other video talking about cosmetic prices. So just for context, primarily to diversify my gaming investments. My initial plan was to just hold SPS, but once I tried the game, I quickly got hooked. At that time, the game featured clearly defined tiers, which led me to upgrade my deck to silver level. Although the cards were costly, they significantly increased my SPS earnings, and there was widespread optimism that the crypto winter was nearing its end. On days when my energy bar was full, I would sometimes head to the library to concentrate on the game, spending an hour or so to use it all up. The game was genuinely fun back then. It was filled with hope. Can we truly say the same today? Now, I barely log in even once a week. Okay, so anecdotally, I think that there's a lot of people that are probably in your boat vlogging, and I believe that is probably due to the sentiment around crypto as a whole. I think people are just beaten down and dejected from where crypto, Bitcoin, and basically just the market has been for this entire year, especially when we had such high expectations. But I will say that there are many people who still love the game, maybe love it even more for what it is now. And folks like myself that do log in every day or try to log in every day unless I'm traveling or something like that, and hop into battles here and there or check on my land. So maybe it's changed for you. Maybe and I'm not calling this out again as a negative. I'm just calling it out because I call it like I see it. When you say here, diversify my gaming investments, literally in your first sentence, this is what I try to stay away from. And I know I haven't been perfect, and especially early on, we were all kind of in that play to earn, gaming investment, all this. Like you can go throughout my history and see that I pivoted away from like the whole investment idea. I really wanted to just approach it as a game, and just like you guys, I'm still down. I mean, like everybody who got it in 2021, it's not like we're making away with like bandits here. But I have increased the amount of SPS that I have. I have increased the amount of assets that I have in the game, and I've increased a lot of the other, ways that I enjoy the game, and have made money and have gotten a lot of ice cream money out of it. And I hope that other people have figured out a way to do the same. But the reason I call this out is because if you're going to look at it like an investment, when the market is down, you are going to be sad. When the market is up, you are going to be happy. If you look at it like a game, then you kind of don't care where the market is. You know what I mean? And while I don't think that this is a pure investment or a pure game, I know it exists somewhere in the middle, and that's what makes Web3 fascinating to all of us who are involved. If you are leaning more towards it as an investment, then I understand your sentiment, but I don't believe that it is widespread. And I think if you look at what the team has been doing and been building, the excitement there, the amount of people that are coming into the game now, especially some what Bulldog's put together, as well as just a lot of new players that I've seen left and right, a lot of players who are coming back, and players who've been around for a while that are still playing and enjoying the game, I would beg to differ, right? When you say, can we truly say the same today? I can. I'm not the only one, and I understand why you're saying it's not, but I can. So, respectfully disagree. Calbright says, a bit late, but how about Gladiator 2 cards being released both as they are now, but also as tourney rewards? It takes us so long to level them up. Oh, man, that is a great idea. And then Parham is obviously bitter. The scalping mechanisms were replaced with a need for effort. I don't know what Parham's thing is, but hopefully they comment and give a little bit more context as to why they think this is a scam. Going back to your point here about the Gladiator cards, I think that would be a really cool way. Either the Gladiator set, or they make like a tournament only card set. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm really liking that. And again, it doesn't need to be anything like fancy or crazy, right? But it's just like, okay, for the next year of tournaments, right? We're gonna do like the extra cards that they have. It's not rewards, it's not a mini set, it's under extra. But they're gonna put just like they're putting in the jackpots, for example. Create a set of like 4 cards, one across each rarity or something like that, and then have them be given away as tournament prizes, right? Now, I think we will need to clamp down on tournaments in a sense of like maybe we move to a system where you can't play like every tournament. You have to like pick and choose which tournaments you can participate in. And I remember there was talk about like a ticket system in the past, right? Of like, okay, everybody gets like 4 tickets per week. You can play in whatever tournaments, and you participate. And again, there'll still be a fee involved with the tournaments, but this would stop somebody who has like a massive collection from coming in and dominating every tournament from bronze all the way to diamond or champion, and essentially scooping up all the cards, right? So you want it to be available to more people. At least that is my initial thought. Maybe I could be talked away from that, but that is my thought there. All right. Snowballs says, I don't mind if we burn packs or save them, use them for something in the future. The pack sitting there isn't a problem at the moment, but I can see why people want them gone. Yeah, so it's not a problem now, but it will become a problem closer to the end of Conclave Arcana, and I think it's better that the team is addressing it now rather than later. KQ Forever says, complexity is the gray zone that leads to opportunity and ladder climbing. Land offers a realm of potential for those who to seize the day. That reminds me of the Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder. All right, one more sleeps, and then tomorrow Beaver, says Wibble. Yes, indeed, it is coming very soon. Cold As says, I think better they burn all of what is in the DAO. Marketing has its own budgets, and I think they should use those budgets to buy packs off the market if needed, or find other ways, because now we have Foundation, which is designed, in my view, for what those packs were meant to be. I'd rather burn them that end up rewarding the same players that we were trying to protect from card inflation. Okay, it's now almost 2 years since I've won any jackpot pack. Okay, so I wouldn't mind if the DAO didn't have any packs. To your point, like, there are free-ish packs available. Foundation does offer that, but maybe for something in the future, the team does like to do these burn events or promo card events or something like that. The DAO can use them in some kind of way as leverage, and maybe in a way where like we don't have to get DEC out of this out of the DAO. I don't know how, but I'm kind of good either way with it. Like, I don't think we need that many, so I'm good with them burning to the amount that we're going to have now, and then if if at some point you're able to convince more people to burn the rest of them, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. Okay, we're coming up on 7 minutes here. I do want to wrap up this one, so thank you, International Travel Channel. Let's do one more, or maybe 2 more here, because iHorse is here. So, Great Scott Gamer says, the OG SPS whales control the entirety of the game and rake over anyone who comes in until they leave. They voted to send Splinterlands resources to investors in other Web3 games themselves who lost money in those projects. The cool thing is, anyone in SPS in 2021 is down 99%. What about them? I would love... the whales control everything in life, whether that's like major global macroeconomic markets or tiny Web3 games like ours. You are talking about... How old is this video? Top player... The Splinterlands players are earning thousands of dollars. They voted to send Splinterlands resources to investors in other Web3 games themselves who lost money in those projects. Maybe they did. You know what? I can't speak to this intelligently or in an informed way. I'm not really playing any of these other games, so I don't know how many of the Splinterlands, OGs and whales were also involved in those games and are now trying to give themselves a bailout. If you have any evidence of that, I would actually love to hear it. I think that would be something cool to uncover. Or maybe not cool, but it would definitely be something worth uncovering. But right now, I'm gonna have to recuse myself because this sounds like a bitter claim, and I don't mean to say that in a way where I'm trying to dismiss what you're saying. I am trying to appreciate it for what you're saying, but I am going to ask you to provide a little bit more context and evidence towards that claim, if just due to the nature of it. Okay, and then finally, iHorse says, tournaments are stupid because of battle helpers. Welcome back, iHorse. Good to see you. And Calbright responds, but battle helpers are not allowed, just like bots in modern. Rules are useless within strong enforcement. Rules are nothing without strong enforcement or without any enforcement. So I don't know the proliferance of battle helpers in tournaments. I hope it is not happening, and if the team has any way of finding out, then that would be great. But I know battle helpers are just not... They have been a thorn in the side for a long time. I don't know what the solution is. I'm not smart enough to know that. If tournaments are being kind of destroyed because of that, that would suck. Again, I'm not playing tournaments, so I want tournaments to be something where people can actually participate and not feel like they're getting scammed out of the system. I think Ghost Card tournaments are a fantastic way to start that by giving people access to everything and just getting them onboarded and excited and hooked on the game. But yeah, I guess once you start introducing like real prizes and heavy prizes. And I don't think, we were talking about like the card prizes earlier. I don't think that those are like heavy prizes. I'm just saying once you introduce, sponsors coming in and endorsements, things like that. Yeah, that's when you got to really make sure that nothing is being the terms of service aren't being broken. But at this point, I don't think we're at that level yet. So while I don't want to see anybody using battle helpers, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not happening. But it's just something that I don't know what the solution is right now, and I hope the team is able to find better ways to handle that, especially if they have a battle helper builder like Siler on the team fighting from within. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.